And welcome back, everyone, to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if King Vegeta survived and hit on Earth? Part 3. Last time, we went through all of Dragon Ball. Piccolo's still around, should note that. I don't think I actually brought up if he were still around or not, but yeah, Piccolo's still around, because King Piccolo spat out the egg, so Piccolo that we know is still around. Unfortunately, he still got his teeth kicked in. But Goku, being the much more kind-hearted individual and the one who ultimately fought him, still spared him, I imagine, here. We should have gotten that out of the way. So we catch up to the aftermath of Dragon Ball and going into Dragon Ball Z. Now, just summarize real quick where we are on that. There's the 5-year gap. Goku still marries Chi-Chi. King Vegeta, I should know that King Vegeta, while immortal now, thanks to his wish from the Dragon Ball, is actually weaker than Goku by a good margin. Goku's about 500,000 in terms of his power, whereas King Vegeta is around 300 grand. Should also note, too, I've made King Vegeta pretty decent of a human being, or individual, I should say. Pretty decent of a guy in this version. But I made him decent because he knows, because he's in a position where he can't afford to just conquer right now. He can't afford to take over a planet, can't afford to enslave or anything like that, which theoretically would still be within his personality to do to people. Because he knows that they'll find him and he can't take these guys on. He's still not even sure, being immortal and with this new level of power, if he or Goku are strong enough to do this. He's just not sure about it. So he's had to play it cool for the time being. Now, luckily, because he's been able to experience life on this planet and experience that there are strong warriors here, people who, who actually would be willing to help him, there's life, it's vibrant. Basically, he's seen a new way of living, so forth and so on. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that he could have a bit of a change of heart, at least about like saying, okay, when it's all said and done, do I come back and conquer this place or not? Now, a couple things got to address. I had put in the discussion last time about the thought on immortality and how it would work with Saiyan biology. Now, I saw a lot of debate going on there, and a lot of people seem to argue in favor of the idea that, yes, King Vegeta should still be able to get Zenkai even if his body is immortal. Now, that being said, the arguments I was seeing I get the argument. I do, that the body is being destroyed but just then instantly regenerating. The problem here is that the idea of coming near death, when a Saiyan comes near death, that's when they get the Zenkai. And proportionate to how much damage they more or less took, is the amount of Zenkai they get. Goku, I think someone also made an argument about Goku getting minor Zenkais during one moment. I don't quite remember that. But the problem here is that I don't think that's quite how that works with the Zenkai in terms of if you're factoring an immortal body. The reason I say this is because we know, it's never flat out said, but it seems pretty confirmed that Goku got a Zenkai after recovering from the heart virus. Now, that is very important to differentiate because he wasn't injured. He was sick, and he almost died, but then he came back. So his body responded to that in kind. But the problem here is that King Vegeta, he can't get sick. He can't die. He literally can't die. His body doesn't register death anymore, basically. So because of that, I don't personally buy into the argument that the body registers regeneration. I think it was Awesome Manny. Forgive me if you don't want me to use her name. Awesome Manny was arguing that, well, Cell got the Zenkai from near death, and he's functionally immortal. Yes, but A, he was on death's door first and foremost. His nucleus that allows him to regenerate was the only thing to survive. That was by sheer luck. And third, Cell could still be killed. The Cell argument I don't go with, because Cell could still be killed. A true immortal being can't be killed. So, I don't know. Personally, for me, within this what if, I'm going to say, well, it's not impossible. I'm going to say this. his Zenkais have probably been tempered. I think that's the good middle ground. That it's not that he can't get Zenkais. It's that they've been tempered to the point where at most he might be able to get a quarter. And which would still be a lot, but unlike, say, with Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, especially in Namek, where they started multiplying by 30 plus times and all that, yeah, a quarter at most, not the best. But anyway, I digress. So, should also note that did any of the other fighters, like, Tien, Krill, and Yamcha, have they gotten stronger in response? Same with Piccolo? Sure. But at this point, when you're dealing with someone with a 500,000 power level at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, the relevancy to the story is going to become questionable. I say all this to prep us for the big story point now. So we would catch up to them years later. They're all going to be at Kame's house to have the party. They meet baby Gohan. Gohan's like, "Oh yes, my son." Yeah. It's like, "Hi, he's shy." It's like, huh. I still think your wife's being a little too hard, being a little too easy on the boy, Kakarot. Goku, as he hasn't learned Goku's saying name yet. He just doesn't know his name. It's like, yeah, but Chi-Chi agreed, and don't worry, this is gonna be the year we're gonna start training with that. This is gonna be where we really start training up Gohan. Don't worry, son. We're not gonna do anything too hard. We promise your mom we wait till you at least hit your at least 10 before that. So don't worry about that. But you still should learn how to defend yourself, son. That way, no one's gonna be. That way, if I'm not around, you can beat someone else's butt. It's like, to think. This is what the Saiyan race has been reduced to. It's like, oh, come on. Didn't you ever have a kid? You never had a son, King Vegeta? It's like, I have had a son indeed, Lord Prince Vegeta. I have no idea if he's still alive, though. Needless to say, Goku, you're a lot more tender with your offspring than we were on planet Vegeta. It's like, what? No one took care of their kids. I'm not saying we didn't take care of our children, but we we sent our children off to the void to conquer more than anything else. And he's getting like odd looks from everyone. Saying, look, I'm not saying I necessarily condoned it, but like he's just trying to save face at that point. Like, okay, look, not everyone. We were conquerors. We were warriors. It was our society. Yeah, and you were the king, right? So you could have changed that rule. Well. There was also Frieza I had to deal with too. Like he's like up against the wall here. Like, it's like right. And it's like, come on. After all these years, we've known each other. You really think I would try to? Really think I'd be that cruel or anything to a child? It's like, yeah, maybe. Ugh. The betrayal kind of just has it's like that upset, like that jokingly animated, like, oh, and they all kind of have a bit of a laugh, although they're like, yeah, was he being serious? Who knows? Obviously, Raditz touches down on Earth, and but I should know that both Goku and King Piccolo again. God, I'm so used to King Piccolo, I'm not used to saying King Vegeta this much. That's why I keep going to King Piccolo. King Vegeta also has learned to sense ki as well, because over this amount of time, of course you would, especially with actual training. So they sense the arrival of Raditz, especially when he interacts with Piccolo, and they sense it, and their interest is to be like, that's a strong power, like that's stronger than anything I've felt before. Indeed, what is that power? I've recognized that power. Who is that? Like that's. I don't understand, but and then his eyes kind of widen. That's Saiyan energy. Another Saiyan has survived. He's landed here. It seems to be coming our way as well. Goku, be ready. Goku, be ready. Right. It's like go hide with Auntie Bulma, like Uncle Krillin. It's like Dad, it's okay, son. I can beat this guy no problem. And sure enough, he could. It's like, there, I finally found you, Kakarot. What are you doing? What are you doing down here? Are you playing? Like, he's not even registering King Vegeta at the moment. He's kind of standing to the side. I finally found you, Kakarot. What have you been doing? You've been playing house? Have you been living here this whole time? It's like, well, yeah. Well, who are you exactly? I'm your brother, Kakarot. You're not among these kind, Kakarot. You're Saiyan, right? It's like, what? I told him everything, Raditz. So, Kakarot's your Saiyan name. I do remember that name, but damn, I can't remember exactly. Meanwhile, Rads is just turned around, and his face is appropriately, well, let me enlarge myself here, appropriately something along the lines of, it can't be. King Vegeta! He just, hey, sir, we thought you were dead. I could see why you'd understand that. Frieza's blow nearly was a killing one, but I have survived. I've survived. I have hidden myself here, getting stronger, preparing to take our revenge for our people. Revenge, sir. Are you sure you're capable of that? I don't doubt your strength, but if this is Frieza we're talking about, I'm very well aware. But your brother Kakarot is aware, and I have been training over these years. I found him and helped train his strength up. His strength has even surpassed my own. His potential is grand. It's like his strength surpassed your own? Impossible. Kakarot, would you be so kind as to show him to your power? Are you sure? You said never really to show it off. I mean, we didn't want to, lure or attract any attention. True, but it seems that they know about this planet, so so the attention's already here. So very well, and Goku just shows off like about a fifth of his power. It's like, that's about 20% of my power. It's like, amazing, but are you sure? Are you sure it's possible? Perhaps, but we might be able to help even out the playing field a little bit. But I ask only one question, Raditz. Is my son still alive? Yes, Prince Vegeta is still very much alive, sir. As is his, I don't know what Nappa really was to him. Guard, caretaker, whatever. By the end of it, he was his partner, and then he killed him. As is Nappa's. Nappa's alive, too. Interesting. Very well. Tell them... send a message to are you patched in with your are you patched into them through your scouter? Like, I am, sir. It's like, Raditz, what is it? What do you want? It's like, that's no way to talk to your fellow. I thought I taught you better than that, Vegeta. And Vegeta once again on the other line because he recognizes that voice is just it can't be. Father, is that you? It's like, that's right. I survived, son. I see. And Nappa's there as well. Nappa, thank you for raising my son all these years. I'm indebted to you. But now is the time. I need you to come to the coordinates that we have here. This planet called Earth. So it's time we retook our home. Father, right away, Father. No. And like Vegeta's just like, I don't know how to react. I gotta go talk to my dad. So him and Nappa go there. It's going to take us about, based on the coordinates, it'll take us about a year or so, given year of that time. I don't know if they know if the planet's name is actual Earth or not. We'll be here waiting for you. It's like, so, Raditz, what has Frieza? I assume you're still working for Frieza. Yes. Good. Relay to me his operations. And so... Frieza, and so King Vegeta starts calculating with Raditz on how to how to bring down and dismantle Frieza, and everyone's just like, I'm sorry, what's going on here? And King Vegeta, I don't have time for. Forgive me, forgive me. That was uncalled for. You've shown me kindness and a home here. And I will not. I will be in debt to you, to the day I die, which will be never. He jokes, but they do know probably he has wish. At least some of them know he does. He is in fact immortal. He doesn't know is that if he ever is posed as a threat, they can just unwish that with the Dragon Ball. So yeah, because I don't think there's any rule that says you can't unwish immortality. So take that for what it is. And he basically says, this is Raditz, another Saiyan survivor. As I told you all about years before, my race was destroyed by a tyrant, a king named Frieza. But with Raditz now the knowledge that my son and another Saiyan are alive, we can now put the plan in motion to bring him down once and for all. Now, I don't wish to make your planet home the battleground, but we do need it to get stronger. So please. So I hope that you will not think too ill of us if the battle gets brought here. And admittedly, some of them was like, look, this isn't our fight. This is your battle. They're bringing it to which Goku then say, true, but if this Frieza is as bad as they say he is, and he is a planetary, what's going to stop him from ultimately coming here? He's probably going to ultimately end up here no matter what, so he might as well try to do something. And they're all just, I suppose, believe me, Frieza will come here eventually. He's a marketeer, a destroyer, a provider, and seller of planets. He'll wipe out everything on this planet and beyond, and then just sell it to the highest bidder, or destroy it and lay it to waste. He can do it without any difficulty whatsoever. Believe me, he is a monster. And they believe him. It's like, fine. You said it'll take a while, at least a year, for your son and his friend to get here. Then we got a year to train, guys. And so, yeah, they get to just doing some training. Now, King Piccolo can still train, and he can still get stronger. Like I said, though, I'm clocking his Zenkais no more than like a quarter. His immortal body means he can't die, but he can only get so much stronger. Him and Goku increase their training tenfold. Goku also encourages Gohan to start training as well. Gohan's a little apprehensive. So honestly, I can see it being King Vegeta here, who actually is the one who does the whole training exercise with him. And Gohan ultimately sees him more like as an uncle than anything else. And he eventually does. He eventually grows some hair on his chest, more or less. Now he'd still be relatively weak compared to like them, but because he's actually getting some legit training in, and because they're not preparing for a fight with Vegeta and Nappa, they're just preparing for their arrival. They can actually go a little bit harder on him. So I can actually see Gohan being around $5,000 here, no joke. Goku and King Vegeta have been training nonstop. King Vegeta probably is able to cap out around the 500,000 marker, whereas Goku has probably managed to hit the 1,000,000 marker. Everyone else is probably in the middling thousands. Even Piccolo probably has nothing to do with this fight at all, really. He's probably just out there, just being grumpy, sensing the powers, training as hard as he can, and just not being able to keep up. So we would cut to a year later, and they sense the energy showing up. Vegeta and Nappa land. Now, they still probably would land in the city. King Vegeta and meets up with them. But son, Vegeta's about to. Like the people would just meet with Vegeta. Because I remember originally, they're like, oh, please, hello, thank you, welcome. And then they just, as he said, I think he put it in a bridge, raised the city to glass, more or less. Here, though, King Vegeta is like, that will be as Vegeta's about to do something, or was Nappa, some of them. And he can tell they're about to do something. King Vegeta shows up. That will be quite enough. We don't need to be causing any unnecessary enemies here. These people have been good to us. And we've increased our strength to 100-fold here. There's no reason for this. Should also note, I forgot to mention, Raditz. Raditz would actually be training with the group. Even the King Vegeta says you'll be training with them, not because your brother doesn't want you to train with you. It's because there's nothing you can do against your brother. Raditz. What's your joking? That's not. And then he remembers the power reading he got before his scouter blew up. There's nothing Raditz can do. So he's been actually training with the others. And they've probably been training on Kami's Lookout, which has actually helped. This is why they're all probably like in the weird mid-thousands range. Because Raditz is already about 1,500 at max. Now you factor in a couple of Zenkais and actually getting a boost. He's probably hovering around like Goku's power when he came to Namek. Or came to Earth. Back to Earth. So he's around like the $8,000, which isn't a lot compared to a lot of other characters like Vegeta, for example. Standard, not king. But still stronger than just about anyone else, and he'd still be able to give he's stronger than Nappa now. So they show off. We will not be disrespecting our hosts. Do you understand that? And Vegeta's like shocked by his father. When did his father get so soft? No, come. We don't want to scare. We're bothering the Earthlings, and I don't need to have conversations like this where people are staring. So come along. It's like, Father, when did you get so soft? This way of saying we're rulers. You taught us that. You taught me that yourself. How could you say now if we not show our power? We don't need to show our power, son. We are power. If you don't believe me, get out your scouter and tell me, what exactly is your power rank these days, Vegeta? Last I knew it was around 11. Have you gotten stronger since? I clock in around 18,000 now, Father. 18,000? Not bad at all. We can definitely work with that. Work with that? What are you talking about? I mean, I'm sure you may be a little bit stronger than me still, Father, if I haven't surpassed you already. But there's no way that low class is stronger than me. That low class could easily kill Frieza if we're given the chance. So, you're joking. There are methods of training on this planet, Vegeta, we only have just ever dreamed of, my son. So you're not saying the low class is stronger than me, a super elite. But just use your scout, and I will not trust this stupid thing. You Kakarot, is it? You want me to believe that you're stronger than me, Kakarot? Then prove it. Let's see how much strength you really have. Vegeta, don't do this. What? Are you afraid I'm gonna hurt your precious little pet? Very well then, Kakarot. If you would be so kind, just try not to hurt my son too bad. Or try not to kill my son. Your head is like, let's see what you have. All right, I'll only use about 10% of my power. Let's make it 5, just to give you a chance. A chance? A chance? He just powers it. I'll show you a chance! And he just comes in, going full 18,000 against Goku's now 50 grand. That's 5% votes. Oh, Bowers are on low. So I'm going to have to wrap this up. His 5% more or less. So just comes in. He's just dodging all that. Because my batteries are low, I'm just going to sum up the rest of this episode. Vegeta eventually just got fired. Just goes, boom. It's like, let's see how you do. And he's about to, then he realizes that he can't use the Ozara form because Goku still got his tail here. So if he does it, Goku could just transform and that's it. It's like, and Vegeta just kind of falls, just like, and Vegeta, King Vegeta, walks up and says, my son, you are strong and your potential is near boundless, but potential is not reserved simply for royalty. And do you want to know why I feared the warrior, his father? Now that he knows his name, he probably at least recognizes, in Raditz, he knows who Bardock is. And he now connects the dots on all of them. Do you want to know why I feared the warrior Bardock surpassing me? Because Saiyans who spend their life in the battlefield are the ones with the true potential. He would no doubt have surpassed me and you, given the chance to live longer. Had he lived longer. Goku and Kakarot's no exception. He has spent time training his whole life, growing stronger with every fight. He is truly the epitome of a Saiyan. But that's not to say that you aren't either, son. We can show you the methods we use to get stronger. We can take back our birthright. We can take back our home. And Vegeta actually starts to cry a little bit because, he realized similar to what happened with Frieza and Namek. Our home was destroyed. My pride has been destroyed. What is there to save? What is it? And he just slaps Vegeta down. There's more to it than that, Vegeta, if you're willing to listen. For all your strengths, that headstrong attitude was never one of them. So listen, and maybe we can make this work. And Vegeta finally gets up and he just doesn't like it. Very well, Father. What is it you'd wish? What is it you'd have of us? And so that's where we're going to end part 3. I'm ending it. I mean, this is right around the time I'd end it anyway, but battery's just really low. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next week, Thursday, because it'll be the week of What If for part 4. Until then, thanks for watching. See you later.